Bounty, como tu thought, what is good, my people? Today we are reacting to Ren. Yes, I know it's been a minute since I've checked out Ren and tapped in with him, but we're here. We're here today to change that, people. Okay, I hear you. Already see you in the comments below. Where has the Ren reaction been? It's here. It's right here for you. First, let's type in that comment. It's here for you. But listen, we're gonna be reacting to Money Ties. Before we get into this reaction, if you guys want to support the channel, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, like button, notification bell. Also to share this video. I appreciate you. If you have any reaction requests, down in those comments below. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. My people, dial it.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But
Facts.
if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Wait, what? Someone wandered away from the path and have pierced himself with the many pangs of greed. What's a pang? Like, I know, like a pang ting, right? But pangs of greed, like that's I never heard that word used before. Pangs of greed. I gotta look it up because I'm assuming it's it's a negative, of course, because it's of greed. Sort of aspect that's a negative aspect of greed. But I often wonder, is money the root of all evil, or is it like the people that's behind the money? Because ultimately, like, money is just a concept. If money didn't exist, right, there will still be another means or an end for trade or for barter. Like, if you want something that your neighbor has, right, you have to trade something for it. It could be a rock, it could be work, it could be clothes, you know what I mean? Like, so like we would still have a similar issue whether money existed or not, because like the people themselves are flawed. They want to have everything. So in some cases, right, when before, like, sort of money was a currency as it is today, used for all forms of trade, right, the resource people were actual people, right? So the more people you had, you know what I mean? So like I wonder about that, and I'm very curious to get you guys' thoughts about that in the comments below. Like, do you think money is the root of all evil? Do you think the people is the root of all evil?
It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar, false profit.
I like that scheme, man. Money makes the verb consummate the noun. I like that. Let me drop a little bomb for Ren, man. I like that. That's a bar, my people.
Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar, false profit. Preach profit and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians, but judiciary are whores. What a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the...
Oh my god, man, this is gonna be one of them songs, my people. This is gonna be one of them songs, my people. But like, he's saying, like, at the end of the day, like he said to start the song, we came in with nothing and we leave this world with nothing, right? And he's saying that when you're on your deathbed, right, when you've been living your whole entire life to work for this dollar amount or the money in your bank account, right, will you die happily with a grin on your face, or will you have looked back at your life and wish that you have done things differently? Now, you always hear that older people that have sort of, especially like within like the baby boomer era, because like they work, and their whole life was like their job, getting that pension and working that job, whether whatever kind of job it was, but like it was good. Your job is your life, your company is your life, and you sacrifice, especially in the US, because like we literally work more than any other country of people across the globe. Like our vacation days, like we only get like depending upon where you work, get like 2 to 4 weeks. Where like people in Europe like they get a lot of time, and even some people even get like siesta. Like man, this is just again gonna be one of them songs, my people. Like where it's going to really make you question your life, right? What you're doing, people around you. It's gonna be one of them songs, man. Make sure you're paying attention and listening.
Your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, will you die with a grin? Now digging up the root of evil, money too like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story about a boy named Ren. Born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me. Because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes money.
Listen, I think this might be one of like my top 5 Ren songs, man. It's just something about the lyrics of the song is just so relevant to what's going on today, man. With prices soaring, we have tariffs and sort of like a looming recession for depending on what country you're living in. And it's very, very hard, and a lot of people want money. They want to make money because like you kind of you need money in order to live, but you don't want to be in a position. It's a tough one because you don't want to be in a position where you're like living solely to work for money, because at the end of the day, like you can literally die tomorrow. Like hopefully, like knock on wood, right? I'm literally knocking on wood for me and for everybody here, that like that doesn't happen to us. Like we wake up to see tomorrow morning, and because for the off chance that it doesn't happen, right? Like you in your final moments, you're literally going to regret your life because all you did was work for money. But at the end of the day, like you need money to live, but you don't want to be living for money. So it's like finding that balance is hard. And you mentioned that like he's lived his life, he's become an adult, he's gotten jaded, and that also resonates with me as well, because like I remember like me starting in the work corporate world, like the workforce, right? I remember being bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but like all of a sudden, like recently, I've noticed that like I'm a little. I'm not a little bit. I am jaded, like, and you sort of just like lose that innocence, man. And it's like he says that light in your eyes, because like you kind of realize like how crappy the world can be, and sometimes is. It's not always like that, but some days, more days than not, it can be. And he mentioned like you kind of can't lose that light, but it's hard, man. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to like to keep that light and keep that innocence, because like just dealing with people, man.
Makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend law, make war, make goals. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept. People are trying. Tax up
Exactly.
the poor man, feed up the fire. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, money ties, money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies, ayy.
I like that flow he had towards the end of the song, like the last like 45 seconds ish. Like that flow. That's very different from Ren. I never really heard him sort of like rap in or sing in that pocket before, and I kind of want more of that, if I'm being honest with you. But you know, in regards to the song though, like money is an abstract, right? At the end of the day, like if we didn't have money, we would have something else that would be a means to divide us, or what we strive to reach at the cost of, you know, for some people at least, at the cost of like their own happiness, and whatever the case may be. We've seen throughout history, like history repeats itself, you know what I mean? Whereas like, you know, went from like a resources like being, you know, well, money is a resource, right? But like, you know, resource changes from like from stones to labor to actual humans, and then, you know, so like there will always be something that the greedy will want to hoard for themselves. It could be water, man. It could be food. Like there will always be something. But that's enough rambling for me, my people. You know, I spoke a lot in this video. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below, so make sure you drop them. And again, if you have any reaction requests, my people, please, you know, put us on those comments below, like what should we be listening to and what should be my next reaction now. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.